Hey, okay, so I'm putting myself out on a limb here because there's a whole lot of you that probably live with excess skin. And maybe a whole lot of you who, for whatever reason, got too low or didn't like what you saw when you released some weight and gained it back. For whatever reason, I did the yo-yo business for decades. I have a history starting in November of 2016. I did not think I was going to lose my weight, but I was really clear that I needed to get rid of my type 2 diabetes and high cholesterol. And I'd already healed my asthma 10 years earlier. So I knew that if I made changes to my food, that I could do that. It's ironic as hell that I carried all this excess weight and I could just so rigidly control things when it was my health at risk. So I released. I worked on getting rid of my type 2 diabetes and high cholesterol, and in the process, I found a program that really made things so much easier, and I ended up releasing a ton of weight. The problem was I was well over 300 pounds. I got down to 147, and I could not get any further down. I was told I needed to go down to 125. That was 115 at a person that's 5'3". I was supposed to get down to 115 and add 10 pounds. Now, I kept asking this question, well, where's this 10 pounds coming from? Well, the 10 pounds is the amount of excess skin that is normally released during a tummy tuck from someone who comes from big numbers, me. So 10 pounds, I'm like, tummy tuck, okay, well, all right, that's how much is on my tummy. But what about the stuff, I mean, y'all know me, my hair, my hats were too big. I lost weight in my head, so I knew I had excess skin there. I have excess skin here. I have excess skin under my arms. I have excess skin all over the place. Sharpay's eyebrows on my cute little bottom. I have excess skin all over. And I was like, this does not make sense. And I am a logical person, okay? So it didn't make sense to me that 10 pounds made sense on any planet for the amount of excess skin that I had. To try to reach that 125, I literally felt shamed. Now that's me. That's on me. That, okay, well, you can't get any lower, so just go ahead and start exercising. That was the direction that I got. Just go ahead and start exercising. I started something called Skin Sisters at that point, and there were a bunch of us. We started with Skin One, and then we moved on, and we got more and more people interested in joining. We ended up with over 150 people on the in the Skin Sisters. There were 10 groups. They were all Marco Polo, and we were all designed to help people really kind of normalize our circumstances and what we looked like, because we weren't seeing excess skin out in the public, in the world. It just wasn't there. It wasn't something that was clearly obvious when we were looking around for it. So we got the Skin Sisters process going, and we started to recognize, wait a minute, there's some calculations here that we can do. There's some logic we can apply to it. And I've applied that logic along with Cindy Reineman Marsh. She and I worked on the basics of this, and I created a process, a calculation that includes things like pregnancy, whether or not you tanned all your life, whether or not you yo-yoed, whether or not you had made healthier choices and had good hydration even. I mean, there's quite a number of questions in there. And it's designed to help you figure out what your number might be, what your landing place might be, because mine ended up being much higher than the 147. I was underweight, and I knew it. I was hungry all the time. It was a real struggle. It was a real struggle to maintain. My number is actually more like 160, 162. That's where I need to be in order to maintain my physical body and stay healthy and not have the craziness. So I just want you to hear, I am not trying to tell you what to do or tell you what your number is or tell you how much you're supposed to weigh. That's yours. But we need to be able to apply our stuff. We need to be able to apply our knowledge in order to combine to figure this whole thing out, because this is a struggle. Because the DEXA scans don't work. There are no machines out there that measure excess skin by itself. So we're in a place where we have to figure this thing out ourselves. So please join me if you can for the workshop that's coming up in a couple of days. I'd love to see you. It's coming up on Wednesday. I don't know what day it is. June 2nd, June 3rd, June 1st. June 3rd, I think, Wednesday. Sign up, go to my website, transformwithsonia.com. I'll put the link in the comments. Sign up for this. Get your information. Regardless of whether or not you need it now, this is really helpful information to help you figure out what your number is and where you are supposed to be for a healthy, sustained, vibrant life. Thanks.